Welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Today, we are going to be doing a fan fiction over Ben Solo. I hope you guys enjoy this. I had a blast making it. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. If you guys want to see daily Star Wars videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So what if Ben Solo lived and Rey had died at the end of The Rise of Skywalker? After Rey magically defeats Palpatine, she lies on the ground unconscious and is most likely dead. Ben rises from the depths of the chasm and revives Rey, giving his own life for the one he loved. Ironic, isn't it? He could save the ones he loved from dying, but not himself. What if Ben was unable to transfer his life essence into Rey, leaving her dead and him alive? We're going to start from the end of The Rise of Skywalker right after the death of Rey. Let's get started. The Dyad, the rare connection within the Force, had been severed. Rey had perished. Ben felt her presence leave. His mind and soul shattered. Pain filled his body. Anger and hatred for his former master erupted. The Citadel was collapsing around him. Ben couldn't move, paralyzed by what had just happened. Tears flowing down his face. Then, he hears a soft whisper. Rey's body disappears. Run, Ben. He rises from his knees and grabs the Skywalker lightsabers. He begins to run, racing towards the ships with the structure crumbling around him. Evil and eerie voices whispering malicious words as he reaches the exit. He made it back to where the ships were, looking at the TIE and back at his uncle's X-Wing. He jumped in the cockpit and put on the tattered Rebel helmet. The engines ignited. Ben looked up and saw millions of ships came to the aid of the Resistance. Debris rained down from the sky as the Sith fleet had been defeated. Red 5 is in the air. I repeat, Red 5 is in the air, comes across the radio frequency. Joy fills the hearts of Finn, Poe, Chewie, and the rest of the Resistance, knowing their friend Rey had survived. Let's go home. We've won the war. Rendezvous at base, General Dameron announces. As all the ships leave, Ben hovers above the ground, debating his next move. Would he follow the Resistance back to base? How would they respond to his presence, and with Rey nowhere to be found? No. He couldn't. He couldn't return to the place where his mother heroically once led. He couldn't look into the eyes of Chewbacca. He couldn't tell Finn and Poe Rey had died. He couldn't. Ben flew through space, letting the Force guide him. But still, anger and sadness flowed through him. His life, everything he knew, had vanished. For the first time, he was truly alone. Snoke was no longer in his head. The love of his parents extinguished, the bond with Rey gone. The X-Wing would land on the hills of a grassy planet. He stepped down from the ship. His feet hadn't touched the planet's surface in over 7 years. Yet, the memories never left. The days of training in the fields, sparring with Vo, learning with Hennix, causing trouble with Ty, honing his skills and powers with his uncle, loving and cherishing every moment of it. Then the day came where his life flashed before his eyes. Lightning bombarded the temple, and his fall to the dark side began. The happiness and pain of his former self all started here. Tears began to fill Ben's eyes, again, thinking to himself how he murdered and ruled ruthlessly. Why did Rey have to die? Why couldn't he save her? He should be the one who died. Ben. He hears the whisper once again. But this time, it was different. Luke's body manifested itself in front of him, taking his hand and wiping away the tears. I'm sorry, Ben says as he tries to push back his feelings. Luke sits down and comforts him. We can't look back at the past. Time cannot be rewritten. Look forward into the future. Ben looks up. How? I was a tyrant. I'm not deserving of a future. I killed so many. If only I had listened and... Luke interrupts. Kylo Ren is dead. Ben Solo lives on. The Ben Solo I knew deserved to live. He was strong, thoughtful, and would do anything to help the ones he cared for. Ben, the Jedi and the Sith are gone. You are all that remains with knowledge of the living Force. What you decide to do with it will shape the galaxy for eons. I have failed you, but use my teachings. Luke's body begins to fade. Let the Force guide you. Find yourself. Find out who Ben Solo truly is. Ben Solo was now alone. The wind whistling over the hills, the chirping of the birds, and the sounds of the animals in the distance. The anger had disappeared within him. The Force surrounded him. Through every living thing, the Force resides. He sat on the grass for hours on end, meditating, trying to find peace through all the sorrow. Back on Ajan Kloss, the Resistance celebrated their victory against the First Order, but it would be short-lived. Finn and Poe would find each other in the crowd of people, but Rey was nowhere to be seen. The two would scour the area, but found no signs of the X-Wing. They rushed over to the computers and began looking for the tracking signal from the ship, but it had been disconnected shortly after its descent from Exegol. "Where could she have gone?" Poe says. Something doesn't feel right," Finn responds as he grabs his head. I can't explain it. I felt it during the battle too. What feeling are you talking about? Remember when I told Rey I needed to tell her something? Well, I'm Force sensitive, Poe." "Force sensitive? Like you're going to become a Jedi? Are you serious?" "Yes. I felt something that day we met. The first time I saw Rey and escaped from the First Order. I've had flashes here and there, but could never make sense of it until recently. But right now, we need to find Rey. Do you have any idea where she could have gone? Only a few places come to mind, but we have no idea what happened during her fight with Palpatine. And this feeling, it can't be good. Poe, I need to go, and you need to lead these people. Gather the remnants of the Republic. We need to begin a new era of peace." Poe looks at Finn with a worried face. "What? I'm a pilot, not a politician. How in the hell am I supposed to..." Finn interrupts. "You led those people into battle. You were the spark they needed to believe in. All of them. The people that came from the core worlds to the Outer Rim. You are their leader. You don't need to be a politician to lead. They trust you, Poe. Plus, there's plenty of politicians to go around. Ask Lando. I'm sure he knows the right people. Good luck, Poe. I'll see you soon." The two embrace each other with a strong hug as BB-8 rolls by. "Hey Finn, may the Force be with you." Finn nods and smiles back at Poe and begins walking towards the Falcon. "Chewie, set course for Ahch-To." Finn and Chewie head to Ahch-To in hopes of finding Rey. Poe meets with Lando and begins discussing his ideas for constructing a new republic. Ben continues to meditate on his thoughts and feelings, hoping the Force will guide him on his journey. Back on the Falcon, Finn asks R2 to pull up holograms of the ancient Jedi texts and begins to read them in hopes of starting his Jedi journey. "What is this nonsense?" he says as he scratches his head. Eventually they would arrive on Ahch-To near the small village Luke Skywalker once called home. "Chewie, stay with the ship." Finn walks up the long and windy road to reach the top of the island. There was no sign of the X-Wing, but he felt something calling to him. He began walking toward a cavern near the edge of the island. As he approached the archway, an immense feeling overwhelms his body, and he stops. He sees a figure sit on the ledge, overlooking the ocean. "Searching for something, are you? Come now, do not be afraid." Yeah, I'm looking for a friend." "A friend? Found one, you have." "Who are you?" "Who am I?" "Nobody, I am. Only the Force." "The Force? What do you mean? Do you know where Rey is?" "In due time, you will learn. Your friend, gone she is from this world. Killed Palpatine, she did." Emotions build within Finn. His eyes begin to water. "Rey's gone? She's dead? How?" "Dead, none of us really are. But gone from your world she is. The Force flows deep within you. Feelings for the girl, I sense. Strong feelings. Love, compassion, friendship. Saddened you are by this news." "Yes, she was one of my closest friends. I wanted to help her build a new generation of Jedi, to help protect the galaxy long after we were gone. But that's impossible now. The Jedi are gone. Only the texts remain, and I can make no sense of them. Without a teacher, I would be lost before I began. Gone. The Jedi may be, but always exist, the Force does. Many to teach it there still are, but a teacher you do not require. All around you knowledge is. Learn you must from my mistakes. The past reoccur it must not. The Jedi Temple on Coruscant, you must go. May the Force be with you, always. As the figure disappears from the ledge, a lightsaber appears over the mosaic of the Prime Jedi. Finn picks it up and ignites the green blade. His journey to become a Jedi would begin. He looks down at the floor and sees a person filled with both light and darkness. It split the figure in half, symbolizing balance within the Force. He returns to the ship and sets course for Coruscant. A week passes by Ben Solo as he meditates and walks the plains of the planet. Peace had filled his head for the first time in forever, and he had found tranquility. He was still saddened by the death of Rey, but she would want him to continue on and make the world a better place. He would fire up the engines of the X-Wing and set a course for the core worlds. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. This is something new that I'm going to be doing on the channel. If you guys did enjoy it, please let me know. I know the voice acting was probably horrific. I'm going to say that it was probably very bad, but I really did enjoy making this. It was very fun. A lot of different stuff I have to do, voice acting, editing, writing, an actual script. It was fun, and it probably wasn't the best, but if you guys did enjoy it and want to see more of these, please let me know, because I can obviously do part 2, part 3, part 4, whatever. I can do a lot more of these, and if you want to see like different timelines, I just thought this would be something fun to make, to see if you guys would actually enjoy it, to see if you guys want maybe more of these. Just let me know, because I can definitely go deeper, dive more in depth into these, and try and do better with my voices. So just let me know down below, guys, and if you did enjoy the video, could you please hit that thumbs up button for me, as it helps spread the video out to other people that can hopefully enjoy it as well. And of course, if you guys want to see daily Star Wars videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.